The gaming industry grows larger every year, and with that comes more gamers who want to compete in esports, to play at the highest levels of gaming, to take home the biggest cash prizes we've seen to date. So why is it that, while there's tons of successful female gaming influencers, we still see very few women competing at the top in esports? This is Jayden Diaz. She's a gaming influencer and advocate for women in gaming and esports.
My dad introduced me to video games when I was 5 or 6 years old. Eventually, I went into middle school, high school. My friends that I made played League of Legends, and with that, I became a League of Legends live streamer because my friends wanted me to stream League for them.
The prize pools for gaming tournaments are a very alluring reason as to why young gamers want to start competing, with over $22 million in earnings for 2022 alone. But what's surprising to many is that the money isn't what keeps players invested into esports. Many say it's the community.
With esports, I love the community. It's really hype. It's pretty much a bunch of people that enjoy the same thing coming together. I went to Worlds back in 2020 for France, and it was the coolest thing I'd ever experienced because everybody was super hype about this one game that we all play all the time. So I love the atmosphere, and the community is what hypes it up the most.
According to esportsrankings.com, there's only one female in the top 500 earners of all time, and 3 in the top 1,000. This lack of representation has sparked many conversations on why this is happening within the community.
I definitely believe that women are underrepresented in esports because the community itself is not welcoming towards the minority of people, whether this be women, LGBTQ plus community. But I do believe that the esports industry has been making the steps to welcome people in the minority into the gaming industry. A lot of esports orgs have been adding on full women's teams like C9 or Gen G. I think it's really amazing.
Many have brought up the idea of gender-based leagues in order to remedy the misogynistic and toxic culture that's spurred from grassroots esports.
Esports is still in its infancy, so I do believe separating the genders between different kinds of esports leagues right now is good. However, eventually, I think as more women get into esports and become pros, they should be mixed.
Jayden has been making tons of strides for women in gaming with her collaborative work with esports teams and organizations. She's even holding an event to spotlight women's success in gaming to help raise awareness for proper representation.
I believe that women can be more represented in the gaming industry and esports community by just being more welcoming towards them. I think a lot of women have been holding back from either becoming pro because they just didn't feel like it was this very safe environment to do so. However, it's different for every person, but I do believe that just being more welcoming towards those who don't feel safe is the first step.
Hopefully, with her help and many others, we'll soon be seeing more women lifting trophies.